Good morning students, welcome to the online session. Today you are going to watch Class 10 Social Science, Economics Chapter 2, Sectors of Indian Economy, Part 3. In Part 1 and Part 2 we have discussed so many things regarding sectors of Indian economy. For example, mainly the classification of sectors on the basis of natural activity. We have seen primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector and about them in detail. The same way in the second part we have seen about the historical changes taken place in the sectors and rising importance of tertiary sector and how the employment is created and whatever the unemployment situations, types of unemployment, everything we have seen in the last session. Now in part 3 we are going to see about the another classification that was done by working condition of the workers. On the basis of working condition of the workers, sectors are further classified into organized sector and unorganized sector. Do you know what are organized sector and unorganized sector? Before we have seen that primary, secondary and tertiary. This is how the activities are taking place in each sector, on the basis it was done. Now working conditions. So the workers are working in the sectors, right? So for them whatever the conditions given, this on the basis of this the sectors are divided into organized and unorganized. Now let's see about organized sector. Here the terms of employment are regular, so people have assured work. It is permanent here. In organized sector, the employers are permanently employed there and the job security is also there for them. The people have assured work, and this organized sector is mostly registered by the government. This is government registered one. This follows rules and regulations given in various laws. So once it is recognized or registered by the government, then they have to follow all the rules and regulations, whatever laws related to labor and related to the industries, that should be followed. It has some formal processes and procedures too. So now tell me what are the sectors comes under unorganized sector. Tell me some examples. Yes, government schools, government offices. Yes, not only government organizations, some private organization also following the same government rules, that also we can take as organized sector, right? Yes, now just look at these pictures, you can easily able to understand these are all comes under organized sector. Here the rules and regulations are followed and it is registered by the government, and here the people are given job security and so many other benefits also they are getting. So benefits from employers. So the owners are known as employers and the working people are known as employees. So here whatever the benefits are getting from employers. Yes, here the workers, they will get paid leave. Paid leave means for example in the schools and all you can see summer holidays will be given, but the payment also given for that. They are not working in during holidays, but payment will be given. This is paid leave. And even Saturday and Sunday the recognized organizations, the people are not working, but even the payment will be given. But suppose if you take any mill workers and other areas, you can see each and every day they have to work. Even in Sunday if they work, they will be given salary. So that is daily wages there. Here monthly wages, monthly salary will be given here, but there you can see daily wages. So paid leave is given and payment during holidays also given, and provident fund, PF, you will hear about. Will you hear about provident fund? Yes, provident fund, actually every month from the salary some of the amount will be put into the PF. So this actually this is for the future saving. This has been done by the government, PF. For that they will get interest also. So huge amount will be got by them in future for them. After the retirement also they will use this amount. Then gratuity and medical benefits. Yes, they will have ESI allowances also. So these ESI allowances also they are actually given by the employers, right? So they can have medical benefits also. They can treat the major problems also can be treated by this. Workers get pension after retirement. So not only PF and medical allowances, they can get pension. That is another scheme. PF is another scheme, and pension scheme is also accompanied with this provident fund nowadays. So pension also they are getting, right? So these are the benefits these employees got from the employers in where it is in organized sector, but you cannot see anything in unorganized sector. Yes, now let's see about unorganized sector. You have to keep all those points what we have discussed in organized sector. Now we have to compare side by side. There we have seen that it is a large group, right? Here it is characterized by small and scattered units which are largely outside the control of the government. These unorganized sectors, maximum they won't come under the control of government, and there are rules and regulations. Here also they have rules and regulations, but these are not followed. But there strictly it should be followed, or else what will happen? Government will take action. But here they are not coming under the control of government. So even though they have rules and regulations, they are not followed that. Okay, and here low paid jobs. So whatever the jobs comes under this unorganized sector are low paid jobs, and often not regular. Here it is temporary jobs. They are anytime they can send out. There is no job security is given here, and there is no provision for overtime. Suppose if they are doing overtime, nothing will be given for them. For example, they have got paid leave, and during holidays also they have got payment, but here not like that. How much time they are working, for that they will be given. Sometimes if for the overtime also they are not they won't be given any payment. It's like a daily wages, not a monthly salary. Weekly like that they will get. See some of the works going on. This all comes under unorganized sector. You can write so many things. For example, those are working in the shops, and those are working in small cottage industries. For example, even in some of the mills are not organized like other institutions. There also daily wages, and but now some of the mills are organized. There you can expect the normal like what organized sectors are follows, the same thing also followed there. So you can bring more and more examples. You can see the retail market in India. This is unorganized. So anytime they will send the labors. If they are not they are not satisfied with the labors, anytime they can send out. They cannot ask any questions. They don't have any rights to ask, because they are not come under government organization. Disadvantages from the employers. So whatever the disadvantages they have got, they have got benefits from the employers. Here there is no benefits got. There is no provision for overtime, paid leave, holidays, leave due to sickness. If they have taken leave for the sick or something, the loss of pay will go. For example, the payment will be cut. Employment is not secure. I said already, this job is not secure one for them. Example, farmers work on their own and hire laborers. And when they require, some people can also be asked to leave the job. Anytime they can be left from the job. So this all happen in unorganized sector. Now, how to protect these workers in the unorganized sector? So some protect act should be taken to protect these unorganized sector laborers. So for that, nowadays government what step they have taken to protect these unorganized sector laborers? Setting up of small scale industries in semi-rural areas. Some of the areas little developed, so they from the village, so they are called semi-rural areas. They are in between the village as well as the main town. So there they started to set up small scale industries. So for that they can give enough jobs to the unorganized laborers, and implementing many programs such as NREGA 2005. Already we have seen in the part 2 video about what Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employees Guarantee Act. Right, Employees Guarantee Act. So this is mainly launched in villages. All the villages of India, mostly this act was implemented, and through that more and more of the most of the people in the villages engaged in employment, creating job opportunities in service sector too. Yes, we have discussed about service sector a lot. It's a tertiary sector, mainly building more and more schools and making tourism and hospitals. There we can give jobs to this unorganized sector, or those who are working in unorganized sector. Allow credit at a lower rate. The loans, credit means what? Loan activity also. From bank, they can the bank can provide loans to this workers to get loan at lower rate. Then they can start some own business also by themselves. So this is the protection activity of government regarding unorganized sector workers. So don't forget, these are all very important question. And next, on the basis of ownership, how the sectors are classified. Yes, on the basis of ownership, the sectors are further classified into public sector and private sector. Yes, let's see about public sectors. Already you might have known about public sectors. Whatever the institutions, organizations started by government, looked after by government and taken care by the government, they are all known as public sectors. So it is organized by government, and it provides facilities to the workers like fixed employment, fixed working hours. Mainly for the workers in this public sector, the employment is also fixed and the working hours also fixed. We have seen in organized and unorganized sector, mainly the public sectors comes under organized sectors again. So in the organized sectors, working hours are fixed, but in unorganized sectors you cannot expect the fixing hours. Extra hours also can be seen. Main aim is to provide public welfare. So what is the main aim of public sector? To provide public welfare. There is no benefits can be expected. Examples: Indian Railways, hospitals, government hospitals, parks, bus stands, post office, police station, etc, etc. These all comes under public sectors. You can see the picture here, it is given post office as well as railway station. And next, private sector. Let's see about private sector in deep. Organized by private individuals. Private sectors are organized by private individuals. Any private person, they can start any organization in a large scale than small scale or else large scale. It comes under private sector, and we have seen that some of the private sector comes under organized form and some of them comes under unorganized form. So does not provide fixed employment and fixed working hours to workers. Then ultimately we can say it is unorganized sector, right? So in private sector we cannot expect fixed employment and fixed working hours also, and main aim to make many profits for themselves. This is started by the individuals. Ultimately, what will be the aim of them? Yes, main aim is profit, not for the welfare of the people like public sector. And examples, we can say lot of examples for private sector. In and around our city also you can say so many organizations started by the individuals, that all comes under private sector. On the whole, I can say here Birla Company, it's a very big group, and Reliance also very big group, and Tata Iron and Steel Company, already we have discussed about this. It was started by Jamshedji Tata. Yes, he was the first entrepreneur, and during the British time even he started. Actually we are proud of him, right? Yes. So these all comes under private sector. You can see some of the pictures given. Yes, Reliance office as well as the Tata Company. And not only this, many things also you can give an example. For example, SAIL. What is SAIL? Salem Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL. It comes under public sector. And Oil Corporation comes under public sector. And HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, it is private sector, public sector. So for the private sector also you can give more and more examples. So collect more and more examples for this area. Next, qualities of public sector. What are the qualities you can see in public sector? Already we have discussed this. Job security will be there, and generous benefits will be there, not for the own person, it's for welfare of the people, and more relaxed atmosphere also could see in public sector. But in private sector, what are the qualities it has? More opportunities for promotion as the company grows. When the company grows, you can get more and more opportunities for promotion, and these jobs tend to pay higher. You can get, for example, if you take IT industries, MNCs, right? So some of the private sectors, you can earn lakhs and millions of dollars, right? So this is because of the quality, which is the one of the quality of the private sector, and more prestige also. And the private sector is supposed to more efficient too, right? And less bureaucracy here. Okay, no, yes. Next, responsibility of government. So we have discussed more things here, that at last how to create employment for the people. Here again, the government has the responsibility to create whatever the facilities wanted by the people, as well as the employment mainly. So for creating more and more employment, first what they have to do? First they have to raise the money through taxes. Yes, to set up all those things, they need money. So for that, they have to raise a tax. Next, construction of roads, bridges, railways, harbors, generating electricity, providing irrigation through dams, etc. So these are the facilities they should do. This is the responsibility of the government for each and every village, town, city. They have to improve the infrastructure. So by making this, they can provide many jobs also to the people there. To encourage the private sector by supporting them to continue the production, and not only by doing this work, they have to encourage the private sector also. They are also contributing more to the GDP, right? Yes, so they have to encourage them also to continue the production, and whatever the facilities they expected, that can be done, that also can be done by government. Keeping fair price for purchasing grains from farmers and selling them at low prices through ration shops to consumers. Actually, to avoid exploitation by the consumers and to avoid any malpractices, so the government, even they have to keep the fair price for purchasing grains from the farmers and selling them at low prices through where? Ration shops to consumers. Then all the people, all section of the people can get welfare, right? Next, availability of safe drinking water. This is very, very important to escape from diseases, and to in the case of goodness of people, safe drinking water is very, very important. And housing facilities also for the poor, those who doesn't have house for them, the new houses can be built by the government. So many schemes also launched by the government to provide houses to the poor. And food and nutrition. Yes, for the food in educational institution, for example, in government schools, they provide food for the students. The same way, the students, interestingly, they can come to the school for that, and they are providing food and nutrition also for the small children, for the newborn babies, for example, for the pregnant ladies, for everyone. And taking care of the people of ignored region, for example, tribals, and some people, those who are living in the outskirts of the village and remote areas, wherever the people, they cannot reach them. The officers cannot reach the people easily in that region also. And for marginal peoples, where the marginal peoples are living, there also the government should provide more and more facilities for the people to come up. So these are the things that should be done by the government. Here I am just switching over the full topics of the lesson, sectors of Indian economy. From this lesson, what you have learnt? We have learnt about the sectors classification mainly. There are 3 classification we have seen on the basis of natural activity, that means their performance, and on the basis of ownership and the basis of working conditions. We have seen the sectors in a different way, and their features, the qualities and characteristics of all the sectors also have been seen, and in between how to create employment in the remote areas, and how the people are given some facilities also to live well in the country, that also we have seen. So these sectors are main in GDP contribution. Yes, one country's growth is depending upon the GDP of that country. If the GDP is so big and the country's economic also so big, and they are considered as a richest country, yes, developed country. So to become a developed one and to become a richest part, these sectors contributing a lot to the country's growth. So we have to always encourage and cooperate with these sectors, and we have to grow more. Okay, now another one thing I want to say here, hereafter you are not given content for any lesson. So what you have to do, after watching the video, you should read the same topics in your NCERT book repeatedly and understand whatever is given, and in-text questions also given, and book back questions also given in your book. So you have to find answer for the in-text questions and book back questions first, and you know how to make short notes for the lesson. The same way you have to make the notes and write in your classwork note, and find answers for these questions given in the book and write in the classwork note as it. Okay, so you have to write neatly the classwork note, and side by side prepare for the test also, and you have to prepare well for the forthcoming test, because here I have completed your lesson. Next you have to write test in this. So you can see some of the pictures given that is related to the last topic what we have discussed, responsibility of the government. First picture shows laying roads, construction of roads and dams, a bridge, and the houses built for the poor people. Here you can see some of the farming facilities, irrigation facilities, and government schools, electricity, everything was given. Yes, I hope you all understood this lesson well, and I hope you all enjoyed. Okay, thank you children. This is by Latika.